Hello, beautiful kings and queens out there. I'm Brown Ajane back with another video. Let's be real and honest. I'm hesitantly doing this video. Not hesitantly, because I really want to do it. I should have done it earlier, but I didn't. So now I'm doing it because I'm told to do it. But we're gonna get it done. Get through it and share the message that needs to be shared today. It's actually a special one for me. For most of my life, I have struggled with family dynamics. My family was never close. There was always disconnect. There were moments where we bonded, moments where we came together, moments that were good, but previous me only witnessed or viewed all of the situations through a lens of like bad and separation and not being together. But now that I've healed so much and I've come more into myself and my authenticity and understanding my own self better and being selfish, I have gained a new perspective of my family. And not even gaining a perspective of them, but letting go of my perceptions of them. Letting go of past reference points of events and things that were said and done so that they can show up as who they are now, because everyone changes constantly. And so everyone changes constantly. No one is ever the same. And so when you hold perception of people, what I've learned is that when you hold perception of people and you hold them to the standard of the person you knew them in those moments that you experienced them, and those one moments that you experienced them, is not fair. And you don't even allow them to show up differently. You don't allow them to grow into a person who actually responds in a healthy way, or handles the situation correctly, or handles it completely differently than the last encounter that you had with them. It's like you giving them grace and love, the grace and love that you need to be giving yourself. Like if you know yourself and you know that you are taking the time to give yourself grace and love, that's what giving that to myself has allowed me to be able to give that to my family members. And come to find out, there's so much there was so much behind the scenes orchestration of the downfall and separation of everyone. But we're not gonna get into that. I'm just grateful now for my family, grateful for all the experiences, the good and the bad, and mostly the bad, because the bad is what got me to now, the good too, but the bad is what pushed me into the healing that I did and pushed me to the point where I had to change my perspective and grow my mindset and widen and expand my perception of others by first doing that for them. And on vacation, I went back to my hometown, like I said before in my previous video, and I didn't get to spend as much time as I wanted to spend with everybody because of certain circumstances, but I was able to. We all came together at the event for my grandfather, and it was just such a beautiful thing, and it was just like full circle. And it just made me feel so grateful for each and every one of them and each and every interaction that I've ever had with them, because of what it brought out of me. And that is selfish to say, but like, it's reality, like, it's the truth. What it brought out of me and allowed me to see in myself and allowed me to heal for myself. And then also in doing that allows me to welcome them in a whole new way and give them the space to be who they are, to show me who they are. Like, not saying that a person has to show me, but like, not holding them to a standard or a perception of what I'm thinking in my own head and my being, because I am not them and they are not me. So you can only allow a person to show up as they are by not holding a mold to them. And me having that has just been game changer. Like, I know, like, I wouldn't say that I'm super close to everybody, but I will say that I feel more connected to family. I feel more connected than I've ever felt. Like, I've always felt separated and not apart. And that was something that was coached and trained and conditioned into me by certain people. I won't say that, but I won't say who. But yeah, it was coached and trained into me to feel that separation and disconnection from everyone else purposely. And so now that I am gaining my own sense of awareness and figuring things out on my own as I'm healing myself, everything has been like 1,000 times better. And I definitely would say that it's not at the level that I want it to be, but that takes time. Like, things don't happen overnight. And I have like deep, genuine love and hope and like kind of excitedness to see where this goes and to see how, like, yes, my aunts and uncles, but like down from them, like the cousins, the first cousins, because we have first generation cousins and now second generation cousins, because me and cousins have babies now. So, but how us cousins change the generational like breakdown of relationships with each other. Yeah, I'm excited to see how we transmute and go beyond what was being conditioned and what was being orchestrated in the background to always keep us separated and always keep us broken apart. And that brings me to, I had a dream yesterday night actually, and I seen all of my family together, and we were at an old apartment that I used to live at. And it was just raining, like it was raining, and it was just the type of weather where you shouldn't be outside, but we were all together, like we were all together. I won't go into detail about it, but we were all together. And the biggest thing that like made me want to share this is that I seen my grandfather, and he was like in the middle of us, like he was our pillar. And he just had this basketball. I don't know the concept of what everything means because I'm still working out understanding my dreams and such. But seeing him there in the middle, and it was just all of us surrounded, and we like, I don't know, it was like a basketball. And I don't know what the symbol of the basketball is for. I just know it was there, and we were like my grandpa was bouncing the basketball. Oh, and he was like passing the basketball to each of us, and we were bouncing the ball. Or was it me and just one other person? I think that's the gist of it. Like, he was passing the ball to each and every one of us. And so like, dang, now as I'm thinking about, like, as I'm saying it and like speaking into it, it's like him, the pillar of what he always dreamed and wanted, he's passing that on to us for us to continue and for us to grow what his dream was always, of us being united and together and not allowing things to tear us apart. So kind of passing the torch. That's so freaking dope. Like, that's so crazy. And like, yeah, I love when my grandfather shows up in my dreams. I'm still working on, like, I'm still really wanting to be able to connect to his energy and see him. I haven't put much like process into doing that exactly. But I know that he is around me and things like that, and he shows up for me. And so I definitely want to have more awareness when he is present and be able to connect to his energy when he wants to speak or talk or send us a message. Yeah. But I'm just so grateful, and man, what a way to just like completely turn around and things to be different than you thought it would be. Like, I used to think that I would always be alone, and that I was literally on a mission to create my own family, and I did. But I thought that I was going to create my own family that was separate from my family, and that once I got older, like especially once the breakdown of my relationship with my mother happened, I was just like, oh yeah, like my family that is by blood, there's not gonna really be any association there, or barely any association, only with certain people. And I'm gonna have to go and create my own family to get the fulfillment of what I need. But that was just for my mindset of not being healed, of hurt and trauma, and of always perceiving them as the last past moments that I experienced them, and not experiencing them in the very exact moment that that I was present with them. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. And so that also brings me to move a little into me separating myself. Like, Spirit has really been bringing up the signs of where I need to fully integrate all parts of me, because there was so many times where with family I was this way. Like, I'm this side of me shows up, and then when I'm with certain friends, this side of me shows up, and then when I encounter strangers, this side of me shows up. And there has really been a call to bring in the integration of all of me. Like, I am a divine being, and I desire to put my creativity out to the world, to inspire and to share my story and to share my creativeness. That is what I want to do. That is what I'm doing. But it seems like I only bring that side when I bring myself to the videos, or when I'm talking to specific certain people, like, and when I'm talking to spiritual people, like, that side comes out. But then when I'm talking to family, like, that side that isn't really there, I separate it. Or if I'm talking to someone else who's not really spiritual, I don't bring up spiritual things. And it's like, it's time to fully integrate all and show up as the one divine being that I am in all scenarios, in all moments. And that is going to allow me to be present from moment to moment, which is something that I have previously struggled with. Is like not getting so lost in my mind that it looked one time I looked at the clock, and the next thing you know, it's like hours later, and I have no recollection of what I just did, because I'm just like so out of it, out of touch from reality, that that I'm just not present. And so, yeah, it was just like experiencing that and recognizing that as far as family and stuff like that has really brought in the pull to fully integrate every aspect of me, the me that I am with my family, the me that I am with strangers, the me that I am with friends that I know, the me that I am when I see people from my past, to bring all that in and integrate it into the divine being that I am now, that I am claiming to be, that I know that I want to be, and becoming the woman that I want, and that I'm creating, and that is blossoming from the healing and evolution of my reality. I think I got all that out. But they did ask me the channel, so I'm gonna see if anything comes through. Spirit, do you have anything to add? Stop. When you create separation in your reality, and you are wanting to manifest things, or you are wanting things to work out for you, it makes it hard for the right possibility or reality to drop into your present field, because of all the distortions and separation that you have in the now moment. So, are you showing up as you authentically? Like, when you are putting in the effort to show up authentically, is that all of you? Or is that just one aspect of you? Is that the aspect that you're only comfortable showing who you perceive will see what in that moment, or who you see that is there in the moments that you are showing up as a certain part of you? Okay, and so for me, like, I know that I have been trying to manifest certain things, and everything hasn't really gone the way that I wanted it to go. But I see now where I gave off a confusing energy or a distorted energy to the universe because of all the separations that I have placed within myself. And not to say that I'm wrong, this is just something that I naturally did for so many years because it was a protection mechanism for me to keep me safe in my life of survival. But I'm not in that anymore, and I have created a space in reality of peace and ease and like calmness, serenity. And so I don't need to fragment every part of myself, every personality, every, yeah, I don't need to fragment myself anymore. And so as I integrate all back into one, that will allow things to drop into my field not always in the way that I wanted to, because, like, if you don't hold an expectation, things will come in better than you ever thought it would. I'm always just open. So I don't ever want to box in miracles, because I believe that you should be open with that. But as you allow things to, as things are coming in to be dropped into you, it can be dropped into the oneness of your reality that you created, because you are not fragmented. There is no rush to fully integrate, because sometimes there will be parts of you that are not ready to fully integrate, and they need a little more time to do what they need to do. Maybe like come back online, or be healed, or be acknowledged, whatever it is. That part of you needs to be ready to fully integrate. And so don't rush anything. Don't try to force anything. Just let it be what it is and listen. Make sure you are putting yourself in the position to listen, so that when it is calling to be integrated, you are ready and you are there, and not ignoring it again, or not not questioning why it's not there, or when is it going to be ready to fully integrate into me, because you are in a place of openness to where when it's ready, you will hear the call and know exactly when. Just listen to your body. Listen to your feelings. Listen to your emotions. Be in tune with yourself. Spirit. Yeah, that's all Spirit wanted to say. I wish you so much luck. I hope this helps someone. It's definitely helping me. It's definitely what I've been working on lately, fully integrating all of myself and not separating the me that shows up, and being fully, authentically myself, living in full truth in all moments that I am present in my reality. Shout out to my family for being such great reflections and allowing me to, I guess technically wouldn't be allowing me because they didn't know that they did it, but for showing me the reflections of myself that I needed so that I could get to where I am now, and so that I can keep evolving to be even better than I was before. And shout out to us for coming together in a way that we have never experienced before. Changing shit. I feel like it's going to be very beautiful. And our kids are just going to reap the benefits of it. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Please like the video if you resonate, if you learned anything. I just said that. Leave a comment and subscribe if you want to hear more content. Much love, beautiful beings. See you in the next one.